It's a big market internationally. I think authors need to be aware that they need to position their business in the right kind of way. For instance, our agency, it's a big agency, but a third of our overall business is comprised of foreign rights or books in translation. So you as an author need to be thinking, well, I have a catalog of books, and at some point this is going to look like a third of my overall income, which is nothing to scoff at. So I need my foreign rights business managed properly. For instance, the book Gone Girl, I'm pretty sure the agent had given away foreign rights to the print publisher, the domestic US publisher, which presents a problem for the author because in the worst case scenario, the book might not make it into a certain language, in which case certain foreign rights are sitting on a shelf and getting dusty, and that's not helping anyone because the publisher is usually very unwilling to return rights to authors. If it doesn't directly benefit them, you can't really leverage them into doing that. Best case scenario in that instance is the publisher licenses those rights to a third-party publisher. They sublicense them is what they do. And in those instances, sure, the foreign publishers pay advances, but those advances are applied against your unearned book advance, and those proceeds, once those advances earn out, publishers recoup their cost of operation. You're only seeing usually around, 50 to 75% of those proceeds. It depends on what kind of, deal was negotiated with the publisher. So it's a massive toll on the road. Whereas when an author works with an agency in the right way, and the agency is able to help the author retain their foreign rights and to sell them directly to an independent foreign publisher, it's a direct advance paid to the author. It's a direct royalty paid to the author. Comparatively, an agency's commission is much smaller than what a publisher takes. And so it's a huge, huge savings for an author and the proper way to manage an author's business. I think an author also wants to think of working with an agency that strictly deals direct in the foreign market and doesn't use outside agencies or third-party companies to sell their foreign rights for them, because what happens in those instances is an author could end up at an agency where those things are being farmed out, the author's books along with that agency and hundreds of other agencies, thousands of other authors, tens of thousands of titles are being handled by some outside agency, and you just become one name in a catalog of authors. Whereas with our agency, I just got back from the Frankfurt Book Fair before coming here. We took nearly 400 meetings over the course of a week. We have a very big presence there. I personally go every year with a contingency of half a dozen foreign rights agents, and we meet directly with the foreign buyers face to face, and we say, how are you doing? What's your market like? What are you looking for? And we hand sell to them. You can't get that with a publisher because you're another number on a list. You can't get that with most agencies who don't have the resources to employ their own foreign rights department. It's easier for them to just give foreign rights away to a publisher and hope for the best or slightly higher advance, or to work with an outside company because they can't afford to do it. It's not to speak ill of the competition, but most of our competitors have a tendency to do that, whereas we have a totally different philosophy when it comes to helping authors properly exploit their foreign rights.